You know, I wonder if people always keep looking at me. Just cough up the dust out my throat. Hi there guys, Mega Man JC, and today what I'm going to be doing is teaching you all how to see with your third eye, okay? How to see with your third eye. And we'll be going through this using a method that I've just stumbled into during my meditations, and I've chiseled it down to 6 little tiny steps, okay? Easy, I guess that's just a matter of opinion. Hopefully it'll be easy for you guys to do. You know, there's not many there. But from where I'm sitting and where I used to lay, where I still lay, it is pretty easy for me to do. So let's get straight into this. First off, number 1, you want to do this at night. Now, usually meditations don't take place at night because you'll fall asleep. However, we're going to be taking advantage of this subconscious attribute of your mind. Now, what are we actually taking advantage of, and what is this weird attribute? We're going to be taking advantage of your mind's ability to throw into your field of vision images, okay? Very powerful, this method of practice, because what I'm going to be having you do is, as you're seeing these images fly by, and you want to let them fade into another image, it's perfectly fine. You don't want to hold on to one. What you have to do is basically take control of a little aspect of the image, not too much. Just a little aspect, enough for you to know that you are in control to some degree, okay? If you do it with every little thing you see, be that a tree, a car, a person's hair, or the carpet, if you're changing the texture or the color of the carpet, every little thing that you see, to the drapes, to the day, to the weather, then you will not fall into a deep state of consciousness that you need to be in for you to access this ability, okay? So every now and then, as you're seeing these images, just take notice of one little thing, and then change it. And then you'll move on to the next thing, change that one little thing. It can be anything. When I mean anything, I mean if you could imagine seeing a ladybug with 6 spots on its back, change it to 5, and then be done with it. And just watch the play out inside your mind, okay? This gets you well versed with your subconscious mind to a degree where you are actually controlling it, rather than it just, well, controlling you, manipulating your awareness and pulling you into a deep level of consciousness to the point where you just slip, losing your mind and, well, falling asleep. Number 2, you have to notice the correlation between what it is that you're seeing and what it is that you've been doing throughout your day, week, month, or even year. You could have noticed the fact that within this dream state, you're noticing how people's teeth are falling out, and that's because before you went to bed, you're probably looking online, scurvy, or some other weird disease that's going around nowadays, which is making people lose their teeth and other parts of their body. So as you're noticing these direct correlations between your waking life and your dream state life, what's happening is you're developing a level of expertise. You're becoming a dream interpreter with your own subconscious mind, and if you get good enough, then you can start interpreting other people's subconscious mind. Number 4, didn't know which hand to put up there, but number 4 is pretty simple too. I call this the secondary voice. It's something for you all to look out for, okay? It's basically the part of your mind that just starts speaking involuntarily. You have no control over it at the beginning. Maybe you'll be seeing something and then all of a sudden a part of your mind just says, yeah, as if, or that's not real, or how can that possibly be? Sometimes if it's not taking the shape of the voice, the vocal tones of your own voice, it will start to speak on another's behalf, usually somebody that you're seeing within this dream realm-like scenario. What you want to do is pretty much the same thing as you did with noticing the correlation between what you were seeing and what you've been living, only this time with the voice. So you notice as to how it's saying certain things in relation to what it is that you're seeing. Number 5, then what you want to do is you want to start changing little things that it's saying, okay? Maybe you've just noticed it say something. We'll repeat what it said, but change just one little word. Or maybe you've seen somebody say something within this imaginatory aspect of your subconscious mind, and you want to have them say it again, but with a different tone. Change little things, not too much just yet. Eventually, kind of like when I was telling you guys to change little things, slowly, gradually, so that you don't let your subconscious mind stay too aware. You want to have it dip a little bit. Do the same thing with altering the words that are being said. Eventually, you'll get to the point where you've completely taken up residency, in a sense, of that secondary voice, taking it on as your own, okay? At that point, you can start speaking as a secondary voice to really gauge a fuller, much deeper first perspective understanding as to what it's like to operate as that aspect of your subconscious mind, okay? It's all well and good because it will help later on within this development. Okay, so number 6, now that you know, now that you're able to tell the difference between your subconscious mind, what it's creating and why it's creating it, along with why your subconscious mind could potentially say things, because now you are that aspect of your subconscious mind that is speaking, there is no room for error here. There's no room for misinterpretation. There's no room for you to accidentally believe that you're seeing something which otherwise would have been your subconscious mind if you didn't take control of your subconscious mind. So the same can be said for words that you're hearing. Now you won't think you're hearing angels, deities, or demons, okay? A lot of people, their subconscious mind is kind of messed up. So when they're doing these meditations, it can sound as if you've got a demon in your head telling you things. And because you're in resistance to what's being said, most of the time, more often than not, people just completely block it off and they accuse it of being something else. But because you've noticed the relation and because you've taken possession of that voice, that won't happen to you anymore. Okay, so now you're in the perfect position to start seeing things and hearing things. But first, to get to that point, this is number 6, you want to swipe left, so to speak. It's what I call generally ignoring the images. You know where it's come from. It keeps changing, it keeps morphing like a dream does into another aspect of a scenario. You know, maybe you're eating at a diner, then it will change to you at a fun fair, and it will merge to you in a bathtub, and it will merge to you in school, it will merge to so many different things. You say, yeah, cool, yeah, I get it. Next. And you just swipe left over and over again, technically. You know, what happens over time is you'll be moved into a trance. Very quickly, actually. And this is mainly because you've set the intent to ignore that which is of your own creation. Making that decision blocks further creation aspects of your subconscious mind from coming into your field of vision. And then it moves you to a headspace where you just start seeing things. And you just start hearing things too, okay? That's when your third eye opens. And that is when you'll start seeing, heck, who knows, man? It could be anything. It really could be anything. There is a way to control what you're seeing, but that takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of prep beforehand, but this is just a method to get you to the point where you're now controlling and identifying with your subconscious mind to the point where your third eye is opening and you are actually seeing something. Usually with me, it takes about 15 minutes to get into this state, okay? I don't fall asleep. You shouldn't fall asleep either. You're not in resistance to feeling drowsy at this point. You're just simply going along with the motion, so to speak. So this has been my 6 ways, or can't even call it my technique. Technically, it's not my technique. It's just something I discovered whilst going through my body. You know, it's just my thinking I did it again. It's just a thinking process that I've discovered myself doing, which has lended to me opening my third eye in this way. If someone else has got something similar to this, then it's all well and good. Okay, but everything I generally teach is coming from a first-person perspective. So I'm Ryan JC, Ryan James Cropper. If you want more how-tos, then you can always check out my YouTube channel, Ryan Cropper. Or if you want courses, and they are paid, they're not for free, then you can go over to ryancropper.com on courses as the astral projection courses, manifestation courses, memory mastery courses, all of which have been created and chiseled down from my own experience as to how I've brought out this information to educate you all, okay? So, yeah. And if you don't want to pay for that, you can just check out the stuff that I have for free. I'm Ryan JC, Ryan James Cropper. This has been Your Potential, and I'll speak to you all pretty soon. Peace. Okay, we're ready.